The word struck me like a sudden blow to the chest. You're not her real dad, Tom. Ellie's small voice trembled from the living room, cutting to a quiet hum of our suburban house with a precision that made my heart seize. I froze mid-motion in the kitchen, a half-peeled potato in one hand, the knife shaking slightly in the other. The air seemed heavier, as if it pressed down on me, trapping me to the linoleum floor. My pulse raced, not just from what had been said, but from the gravity with which it landed, deliberate, sharp, a secret finally surfacing. I set the knife down carefully, almost ceremoniously, as though any sudden movement might unravel the fragile stability of my world. Through the doorway, the living room revealed Laura sitting on the couch with Ellie pressed close against her side. They hadn't noticed me slipping early, my briefcase still parked in the garage. I leaned against the counter, straining to catch every word, but my heartbeat roared louder than their voices. Ellie's words replayed in my mind, each syllable a jagged splinter beneath my skin. Not her real dad. For 9 years, I had been every bit her father, bandaging scraped knees, reading bedtime stories, cheering at her soccer games regardless of score. Together, Laura and I had built a life. The split-level house with creaky stairs, the backyard swing set, the photos on the mantel chronicling every milestone. I believed we were solid, a family bound by love, not secrets. And yet, doubt now crept like mold, silent and relentless, seeping into every cherished memory. I forced myself to move, my socks silent against the floor. From the doorway, I saw them. Laura leaning close, hand threading through Ellie's hair, Ellie's small frame curled into her mother's side. "He's still Daddy," Laura murmured softly, the strain in her voice betraying the reassurance she offered both Ellie and herself. "He loves you so much, sweetheart." Her words were meant to comfort, but they felt like a confession, a fissure in the foundation of everything I believed. I cleared my throat, and Laura's head snapped up, her green eyes widened and darted away, guilt flickering like a shadow. "Tom," she said too brightly, too quickly, "you're home early." Ellie turned, her brown eyes locking on mine, scared, vulnerable, like she'd been caught doing something wrong, not shattering my entire world. "Everything okay?" I asked, my voice neutral, though the lump in my throat made the words almost foreign. I stepped further into the room, feeling the carpet beneath my feet, the lavender scent of Laura's candle hanging in the thick air. Ellie nodded, lip quivering, while Laura brushed past me toward the kitchen. "Just some girl talk," she said, forcing a tight smile. "Dinner's almost ready." I wanted to grab her, demand the truth, but Ellie's small hands twisting the hem of her shirt stopped me. Instead, I sat beside her, the couch sagging under my weight. "What's wrong, kiddo?" I asked, steady despite the storm within. She shrugged, mumbling something about school, and I didn't press. Not yet. The seed was planted, and already it had grown thorns. Later that night, after Ellie had gone to bed, I found Laura in the kitchen, scrubbing dishes with an intensity that didn't match the task. The clink of plates punctuated the tension between us. I leaned against the counter, arms crossed, studying her. She didn't look at me. "What did Ellie mean?" I asked softly, careful yet deliberate. She froze mid-motion, soap suds dripping onto the counter. "She's just confused," she said, voice careful, stepping around an invisible minefield. "Kids say things." "Don't lie to me, Laura," I said, sharper than I intended. She flinched. I softened my tone. "Tell me the truth. What did you mean?" Her face went pale, eyes darting as though seeking escape. "It's nothing, Tom." She overheard something at school. Some kid teasing her about looking different. You know how cruel kids can be. I wanted to believe her. I had trusted Laura for years. Her quiet strength, her laugh that could light a room, the way she curled into me at night, like I was her safe harbor. Yet, signs had been there all along. Late nights at work, tense answers to simple questions, a phone locked in a way it never had been before, small things dismissed, easily explained, or so I convinced myself. "Laura," I said, stepping closer, voice dropping to a whisper, "there's something you're not telling me, isn't there?" Her lips parted, silence heavy between us. For a fleeting moment, Her eyes shimmered, brimming with tears she tried to hold back. Then she shook her head, forcing a smile. "You're imagining things, Tom. Let's not make this a thing." Her shoulders stiffened as she returned to the dishes, shutting me out. Sleep eluded me that night. Lying beside her, staring at the ceiling, streetlight shadows cutting across the room, my mind replayed every moment of our marriage. Laura had been pregnant when we met, an unplanned whirlwind that felt like fate. Ellie was born 6 months later, and I had never questioned it. My name on the birth certificate had felt like a promise, a tangible seal of commitment. Now, doubt clawed at me relentlessly. The next morning, I called in sick and drove to the coffee shop where Laura had worked before Ellie was born. A hunch, nothing more. But I remembered a colleague, Mark, the manager, whose easy smile had always unsettled me slightly. The shop was quiet, the scent of roasted coffee beans thick in the air. A barista confirmed Mark still worked there, though he was off today. I left my number, said it was about an old friend. That evening, Laura was late again. Ellie was at a sleepover, and the house felt cavernous. I poured a whiskey, letting the burn ground me, and sat at the kitchen table staring at Laura's old laptop. Password protected, but I knew her habits. After several attempts, I gained access. Her email was immaculate, scrubbed clean, but her cloud storage wasn't. Buried in a folder labeled miscellaneous lay a photo, Laura, younger, laughing, arm draped around a man who wasn't me, Mark. And in that instant, the truth hit. His eyes, Ellie's eyes, brown, warm, unmistakable. My chest tightened, whiskey trembling in my hand. The front door clicked, Laura's keys jingling. "Tom," she called lightly, unaware. I didn't answer. She found me at the table, the glow of the laptop between us. Color drained from her face. "What are you doing?" she whispered. "Who is he?" I asked, voice raw, pointing at the screen. She didn't need to look. She already knew. "It was a long time ago," she said, voice breaking. "Before you. I didn't know how to tell you." "Tell me what?" I demanded, chair scraping against the floor. "That Ellie's not mine? That you've been lying to me for 9 years?"